Cowboys Sports Report. It's probably been about 2 weeks since I cut my last video. Not a whole lot really going on. A lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of talk about nothing really. And like I said, I have a problem doing that. I've got to have substance and actual topics to talk about, just not hypotheticals and crap that is not true. Pardon my little cough. That's Tourette's. I'm trying to control it. I'm at 409, guys. The Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report. When I hit 500, I will have a Emmitt Smith Rookie of the Card giveaway, Rookie of the Year card giveaway. And when I reach 1,000, I have a autographed Larry Allen football giveaway. Help me get to that 500 mark. It's 91 more subscribers, guys. It's a free investment. It costs you nothing. All you gotta do is press that red subscribe button. It's free. If you don't like my content here in the future, you can unsubscribe. That's free also. The thumbs up button, the like button, just help the video get viewed more. Pops up on feeds it wouldn't normally pop up on. This and that. Now, whenever your channel's small, live shows are hit or miss. They've been hit lately, but tonight, 10:30 p.m., so, it's almost midnight on the East Coast. We'll see if people jump in. If I hit the 10-minute mark and nobody jumps in, then I'll cut this out and just do a regular video. There is a few topics on hand. First one, just get it out of the way. Whoever the hell, I don't even know who came up with it, don't really care. That Jerry Jones is going to sell the team to a group of Saudis. Eric Wallace, hey, what's going on, my man? That's cool if you can't stay long. And glad that you able to join in. The talk of Jerry Jones selling the team to a group of Saudis, it don't matter to who it is stupid. The Cowboys have been Jerry Jones' life since 1989. It's been his life. He eats, sleeps, breathes, farts, drinks, Cowboys. We think we're Cowboy fans? Jerry Jones is on a whole another level with the Cowboys. He's not selling the team. He's going to keep it in the family for a long, long time. Whenever he passes away, Stephen Jones will become the new owner / GM. That's just stupid. And that got so much press and so many people talking about that crap. Stupid. It got me talking about it. Whatever. I was watching Law's show earlier today, and had Cole Beasley on record talking about how the front office, the Joneses and whatnot, will dictate to the head coach what they want to happen during the game. And Cole Beasley specifically remembers 2018 when we got Amari, the wide receivers coach, Sanjay Lau, told Cole and Michael Gallup and all them that they have to force the ball to Amari Cooper. So don't get frustrated. You probably won't get a lot of targets that night. And we got blown out by Tennessee that night. We opened up the game with a touchdown to Amari. After that, we did force feed him the ball. Dak threw a couple picks trying to force feed him the ball. And then Des Bryant goes on the count in 2014 talking about when they were playing Jacksonville. First quarter, he didn't have one target. And in the second quarter, he wasn't running the routes that were called. He was running the routes that he knew would work. He had 6 grabs for 158 yards and 2 tubs during that game against Jacksonville. In the rest of the game, they sat him down. Saying all this to say this, is that what they do to try to not have to pay a receiver top dollar? Do they not want Des Bryant to continue playing in that Jaguar game and possibly have 300 yards, 4 touchdowns to make his price go up? Did they purposely have Mike McCarthy call the game against Green Bay and not target CD purposely so his price would go down a little bit this offseason? I don't know. Cole Beasley's on the record saying that the front office sometimes will dictate how they want the offense to operate and who to give the ball to the majority of the time. As Des Bryant Second, that with his comment, if you watch the Law Nation show earlier today, you see that verbatim. Even Terrell Owens had said the same thing. If that's the case, I, Mike McCarthy's on his last year of his deal. If Jerry Jones is trying to tell Mike McCarthy who to feed the ball to before a game, just ignore his ass. It's your last year of your contract. The schedule is going to be tough. Go for broke. Do it how you do it, Mike. Bill Parcells, when he was the head coach of the Giants, before they won the Super Bowl, their first Super Bowl was at 86, something like that. He was on the verge of being fired. He was on the last year of his deal. Bill Parcells was thinking, hey, what's going on, Nick Wild? Thanks for joining my man. Jets fan in the house, Scott Bennett. Thanks for joining, guys. I am 91 away from 500. When I hit 500, I have an Emmitt Smith Rookie of the Year card giveaway. Please subscribe if y'all have not. Greatly appreciate it. So, I was going somewhere with this. Yeah, so if, Bill Parcells was going to, on the edge of being fired last year of his deal, I have Tourette's, Michael Sittler. It manifests itself in little tics like that. If I concentrate, I can control it. So, I try to, not do the coughing thing. So before Parcells' Giants started to get good, he was thinking, since it's the last year of my deal and I'm on the hot seat, I'm going to do this my way. Mike McCarthy ought to do the exact same thing. Do it my way. No matter what Jerry says during the season. If Jerry says, feed the ball to Zeke, or do this, do that. Fuck that. Go with your game plan, Mike. That West Coast offense you implemented last season, Dak's first year in it, CD, Brandon Cook, all these guys' first year in that system, worked out pretty damn good. And in their second year, they're going to be even better. Scott Bennett, that don't help. It's Tourette syndrome. Look it up. I'm just glad that I don't have the shouting kind. You hear people shout obscenities, they can't help it. It's in that category. Except I don't have that part of it. I'm thinking we all have something. That's just, one of the thorns in my side. But go for broke this year, Mike. You can call it good offense. You proved it last season. Even though the offense was kind of slow to get going, towards the end of the season, the offense was clicking on all cylinders. First year in the West Coast system. It's not Texas Coast. It is a West Coast offense, in and out. And Brandon Cook's second year in it. Dak Prescott's second year in it. The two rookie offensive linemen should pick it up pretty easily. PFF offensive guard rankings. Zach Martin fell from number 1, number 3. Number 1 is Chris Lindstrom. Number 2 is Joe Thuney for KC. They got number 3, Zach Martin. Number 4, Tyler Smith. So according to PFF, we have the 3rd and 4th best guards in the league. That's why I believe that'll make Connor Beebe and Tyler Guyton's job easier, especially if Terrence Steele is 100%. That is a run-blocking offensive line. So I'm not too worried about running back. And we'll see going into training camp. Because if you have an offensive line that can move people and that can block, you don't need Barry Sanders in the backfield. We had DeMarco Murray in the backfield, and he looked like Eric Dickerson, almost rushing for 1,900 yards in 2014. And Zeke Elliott's rookie season, that 1,631 yards he had was the easiest yards he probably ever got. I mean, the holes were just so big. And with a John Maker, dang guns. That's funny. I appreciate that. I work hard. I have a painting business, and I do a lot of the work myself. So this offensive line is more of a run blocking line than the pass blocking line. And Connor Beebe has got that mean streak type, physicalness. He's that nasty type center that we need. So when I look at the offensive line, You see, Tyron Smith went to the Jets. We got Tyler Guyton, so we downgraded at left tackle, of course. Tyron was a second team All Pro last season, which means that he was only second to Trent Williams in the entire NFL at left tackle. So, of course, we downgrade at left tackle. If Tyler Guyton could just play as well as Tyler Smith did his rookie season, it'd be just fine. I believe we upgraded at center. Connor Beebe, as a raw rookie, I think will be better than Tyler Biotish was in 2022 when he made the Pro Bowl, an alternate for the Pro Bowl. DeAndre Larson, hello and welcome. Thanks for joining. Like I said, I'm at 409.91 to go to 500 when I hit 500. An Emmitt Smith Rookie of the Year card to give away. Hit the red subscribe button. It's free. It costs you nothing. If you don't like my content in the future, you can unsubscribe. It costs you nothing again. Every subscriber counts. Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report will grow up and become a show you look forward to watching, just like Law Nation and Mark Combs and all that. My first game was Super Bowl 28 against Buffalo. I was like 5, 6 years old. Ever since then, I've bled blue and silver. No rhyme and no reason to it. I was living in Houston at the time. Grew up in the DFW area, and then came back to Houston when I was 16. So I've been watching this team for 30 years now. Played the game my entire youth, been a student of the game my entire life. So, in the Green Bay Packer game, motherfucker, is that bronchitis Tourette's? Rashid Abdus Sabor. Yeah, it's Tourette's. I just went over this with somebody else. It manifests itself in different tics. So, with what Cole Beasley said and what Des Bryant said on record about how the front office will sometimes tell the head coach or OC who to feed the ball to during the game. In the game against Green Bay, did Jerry and Steven think that we were so much better than the Packers that we could not feed the ball to Lamb and still win the game? Is that why CeeDee Lamb didn't get a whole lot of targets to try to drive down his price, knowing that he was going to want to get paid after year 4? I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him. And contract talks. Oh, Rashad, it's all good, my man. I mean, if I was in your spot, I would wonder too. 88's camp and the Cowboys aren't really even talking. And when they do, the starting figure is going to be $32.5 million, right above A.J. Brown. Will he get 35? Justin Jefferson's number? I don't know. But I'm telling everybody, rest assured, the man will be paid. Even if the Cowboys' long plan is to move on from Dak Prescott after the 24 season and have Trey Lance at quarterback number 1 or draft somebody, a young quarterback is going to need an alpha male wide receiver, which would be CeeDee Lamb, and a alpha male tight end, which would be Jake Ferguson. So CeeDee Lamb will get signed. When? I do not know. I mean, we saw this with Tank Lawrence and Elliott in 2019. They both held out. Tank got paid like 2-3 weeks before the regular season, and CeeDee Lamb Zeke Elliott got signed like a week before the regular season. In the first 3 games, it looked like he was still running in Cabo sand because he wasn't in game shape. Holdouts all the time, But at the end, they always end up paying, and they say they love their guys. That's why we don't have a whole lot of free agents coming in. Well, CeeDee Lamb is somebody that Jerry Jones drafted in 2020. He's a homegrown talent. Trayvon Diggs got paid. CeeDee Lamb will get paid. That's for sure. Shut up, tweaker. Teflon Don. My man, it's Tourette syndrome, buddy. But good luck to you, my man. Oh, yeah. I think Eric Wallace is a moderator on there. But if CeeDee Lamb signs toward the end of training camp, that's fine with me because that's more time of him not being, risking injury. Every offseason, every training camp, we always have one or two guys go down with a torn ACL, not doing anything. Okay, Teflon Don, you know me, meth or crack, yeah, whatever. Tourette syndrome, look it up. Last season, DeMarvion Overshawn in training camp, just doing a regular drill, tears his ACL. In week three's practice, Trayvon Diggs just going up to, defend the pass, comes down wrong and tears his ACL. I mean, freak accidents. So the more that CeeDee Lamb is just chilling, he's practicing with Dak in the backyard. He knows the offense. In his first year in the West Coast offense, had 1,750 yards, 12 tubs, over 100 catches again. He's the only Cowboy in franchise history to have multiple 100-catch seasons. 2 in a row. Michael Irvin did it once. Jason Witten did it once. Terrell Owens never did it. Des Bryant never did it. Drew Pearson never did it. And Lamb has done it 2 years in a row in the 16-game period. He didn't need the 17th game to get over 100 catches. So he's in the top 3, wide receiver. You put him up there with Tyreek and Jefferson. I would say he's better than Jamar Chase just because he has, 2 more years experience than him. But he'll be signed. That's for damn sure. They're not going to go into the season like 1993 when Emmitt Smith he didn't play the first 2 games. They go 0-2, and then he finally signed Emmitt, and he finished the season 13-3. Only lost 1 game after that. Jerry's not that stupid. For some reason, they wait till the last minute, though. I do not understand this. If they'd have signed Lamb before Jefferson, they probably could have got him for like $33 million. But it's most likely, I would not doubt it, if the contract is like 4 or 5 years, 34.5 APY, guaranteed 150, something like this. It's going to be something big. Right below Jefferson, right above Nick Bosa, as far as non-quarterbacks getting, big money. And yeah, Dak was seen in a walking boot. It's a mild foot sprain, and apparently when he goes deep sea fishing, it swells up. It's not really nothing to worry about. Just waiting for training camp to start. I believe it starts the 25th of this month, all the way through August 21st. I would love to go. Ever since they've done training camp in Oxnard, I have never went. When it was in Wichita Falls, I would go because, that wasn't as far. But if everything works out this month and we catch up, the economy's been abysmally slow the first 5 months. Business was like non-existent. This last month and a half, it's finally woken up. So if I catch up and everything's looking gravy, I would love to go there for at least 3 or 4 days. And cut some videos there live, like I did at the Buffalo game when I went to Buffalo to watch us get our ass kicked. It was so fun to go there and document arriving there, interviewing everybody for the game. People from Mexico, Canada, everybody from all over the world was coming to watch that game. that was kind of fun. So if we get to go to Oxnard this off season, I'll be doing the same thing. If I don't go this off season, it'll be next off season for sure. But this off season, we'll see. Still have, even if it's August, that's fine. Just for a couple of days, couple of days, all I'd like to do. Those are the 4 main topics right now. A lot of people still putting this team in the gutter. There was a caller that called in today on Law's show. Voss Sports with a V, not Voss, Cowboy, Voss. He had us going 2-5 in the first 7 games. And the next caller, kind of like more on my page, had us going 12-5 or better. I keep telling everybody, this offseason is very reminiscent to the 2022 offseason. Think back 2 years ago. Who did we sign? We signed James Washington, broke his foot in the offseason. didn't do anything, and Dante Fowler. It was a rotational pass rusher. That all season we lost our number one wide receiver, Amari Cooper, traded him for peanuts. We lost number 3 wide receiver, Cedric Wilson, let him walk. We let Lyle Collins walk, Connor Williams walk. It's 2 starters on the offensive line. I knew Terrence Steele was a better right tackle at the time. Everybody thought Lyle was. Whatever. We try to re-sign Randy Gregory. The deal falls through. He goes to Denver. So we lose our other big pass rusher besides Tate Lawrence and Micah Parsons. Zerline goes, so we don't have a kicker. Lost a lot of people. And everybody's telling me it's a punt season. I told everybody addition by subtraction. And as well as we draft, the draft will supplement a lot of what we lost. And we had, 5 instant impact rookies that season? Tyler Smith, who was at left guard all season, all preseason. A week before, week 1, Tyron tears his hamstring. Kicked the rookie out to left tackle. He plays well all season. Sam Williams as a rookie did pretty good as a rotational piece. Jake Ferguson as a rookie tight end did pretty damn well as tight end number 2. Deron Bland has to come in week 4. Jordan Lewis goes down. Deron Bland, slot corner for the rest of the year, balls out. Damone Clark, week 7, is healthy, ready to go. Comes in, balls out. We had 5 guys that were impact players in the rookie season. Last year, our rookies, not so much. Mozzie, disappointing rookie year. Jalen Brooks, 7th round wide receiver, was really a big surprise. And he could have a big season this year also. I see Brandon Cooks having 1,000 yards, CeeDee Lamb, of course, and Jake Ferguson being 1,000-yard tight end. But I think Jalen Brooks will be fighting for the number 3 spot with Tolbert and Turpin and whoever else they bring in to battle. When he drafted Jalen Brooks last season, I looked at his traits. He didn't have much size. His 40 time wasn't that fast. So he didn't have size or speed. And I was like, why did we draft this guy? But number 83 last season, anytime during a regular season, he got called and he was in the game, he caught every ball thrown his way. As a 7th round pick, he could be a big steal. And we will see this season. Wide receiver 1 and 2, Lamb will get signed. Don't worry about that. Wide receiver 1 and 2 are solid. And I think this season, also, what we were missing last year was Cooks stretching the field. That's where we got him because of his speed. He's been a number 1 everywhere he's went. He's been a 1,000-yard receiver with 4 or 5 different quarterbacks. Only one time I remember Dak hitting him over the defense for the touchdown. I believe he'll have more long balls this season, being that it's year 2 in this offense. But you got 88, you got Cooks, and then at wide receiver number 3, you got Tolbert in year 3, Brooks in year 2, Turpin in his 3rd year. It should be a good battle for whoever gets the wide receiver 3 spot. And then you got some other smaller names battling out, for that too. But our wide receiver room is going to be strong. Our tight end room is going to be strong. Hendershot is a very good number 2. So is Schoonmaker. And who knows? In the 2nd year, they say Mozzie will fit Mike Zimmer's scheme better than Dan Quinn's. If that's so great, because Osa is going into year 4, and he's gotten better every single year as a 3-tech in the middle. Tank is 32 years old, but he's still a solid defensive end. Run stopper, the best run stopping defensive end in the NFL, and can still get after the quarterback. Sam Williams going into year 3, prime for a breakout. Our 2nd round pick, Marshawn Nealon, is like a mimic of Tate Lawrence, as Sam Williams was a mimic of Randy Gregory. And Micah will be lined up in the best position possible. And in this season, we finally have linebackers. After Van Der Esch got knocked out in San Fran last season, all we had was Damone Clark. and we had to bring Marquise Bell down and have a bunch of safeties playing linebacker, and that did not help the run defense. When you got linebackers weighing 202 pounds, they're going to get pushed off the ball. They're going to get pushed around. we have invested in linebackers. Eric Kendricks, kind of like Stephon Gilmore last season. He's not in his prime physically, but he's going to quarterback the defense as middle linebacker, and he knows how to play the game very well at his age. He'll be a huge impact as a quarterback of the defense because he knows Mike Zimmer's defense better than anybody, except maybe Linval Joseph if we bring him on during training camp, which will bring a defensive tackle. I don't know who. I would love it to be Calais Campbell because he wrecks the inside of the line. But Linval Joseph or Lawrence Guy, I'd be fine within that 7th round pick we got. Nate Thomas, something like that. I think that one tech nose tackle might be like a Jalen Brooks 7th round pick wide receiver. He might be a steal. All of this will come to light here in training camp very, very, very soon. Our defense should be very, very good with Eric Kendricks, Damone Clark, DeMarvion Overshawn, finally, if he stays healthy during this offseason, finally show what he can do. And then pick 87, that linebacker we got out of Notre Dame. It's the only linebacker I did not like getting. Trading down in the first round, still getting the left tackle, but that extra 3rd round pick, I thought for sure we were going to get a running back at pick 87. Picking a linebacker really surprised me. So then you got him and a couple more guys, true linebackers. And Micah Parsons, when he's not lined up at edge, he can play linebacker too. Only question mark is Trayvon Diggs' health. Will he be ready for training camp? If not, will he be ready for week 1? Deron Bland, ready to go. Jordan Lewis, ready to go. Jordan Lewis is a career slot corner. He's a career nickel cornerback. And he played really, really well last season. Al Harris seems to be a really good defensive back coach and gets the best out of his DBs. Now assistant head coach. I believe we made him assistant head coach so he wouldn't jump ship and follow Dan Quinn to Washington. So Jordan Lewis, Deron Bland, that 5th round pick, Kalen Carson, I believe will be something special. Eric Scott Jr. Still, is a question mark. That's why I would like to bring Gilmore back on a 1-year deal, just to have Trayvon Diggs be able to work his way back in, not rush his way back in. Because if he's not 100% comfortable week 1, I don't want him out there guarding Amari Cooper at 75%. I'd rather have Stephon Gilmore out there on Cooper. Now if Trayvon is ready week 1, 100%, feels good about the knee, doesn't have Michael Gallup syndrome, and plays, like we know he can play, then I'm completely fine with our defensive backfield, with our corners. Kalen Carson will be the depth piece along with the guy from UFL, Garyon Conley. Between the 2 UFL players, the linebacker and the corner, Garyon Conley, I believe, will make the team and be cornerback number 5, at least. And I think Garyon Conley will resurrect his career, 29 years old, will resurrect his career this year in Dallas, 1 season. And it'll help him get paid next offseason. And if that's the case, Garyon Conley shows what he showed in his 2 good years with the Raiders, then, it's okay if we don't re-sign Gilmore. But if Conley does not look good in training camp, it looks like he's lost that step in the NFL, and all we have is Kalen Carson as our depth piece, then I think Gilmore is a must-go get. He's not demanding top dollar. He's coming off shoulder surgery. He's 34 years old, but he's excellent, excellent for the secondary. I mean, he was a lifesaver last season. Imagine if we didn't have Gilmore last season. And we opened up the season with Trayvon Diggs, Deron Bland, and Jordan Lewis in the slot. And then Trayvon goes down. And then we have to put Nashawn Wright or, just, a revolving door, just like 2022. In the first 2 or 3 weeks, if Garyon Conley does not look good, you pick up the phone, you call Stephon Gilmore. You bring him on for one more season. Hell, you traded for him, and he still has gas in the tank. He showed that last season. Only thing he is susceptible to is young guys with speed running crossers. Because you don't run that 4-4 no more. He's 34. But he can still, in zone coverage, he's immaculate. In man coverage, he's still pretty damn good. He gives good depth to the cornerback room. Our safeties, Malik Hooker, former first-round pick, solid at strong safety. Hitman Wilson, solid at strong safety. And depth is Jerome McQuamu, solid at free safety, can play nickel corner. Juanita Thomas, backup strong safety. We want to see more of him. Everything is solid on the defense. We just got to see what that defensive tackle interior looks like. And if Trayvon Diggs comes back 100%, this defense will be better than it was last season. I need to get a microphone soon, as y'all can hear the family in the background. Apologize for the coughing. Sometimes Tourette's is mind over matter. I can stop that. Our defense is pretty good last year. Opens the season with a shutout. Second game allows 10 points. Third game gets run over. In our 5 losses last season, we got ran over with a run defense that was not there. Especially whenever Van Der Rest was out for the season. And we only had one true linebacker. If Mike Zimmer can shore up that run defense, this defense will be better than last year's defense. Especially if Garyon Conley can show that he's ready to play in the NFL again at a high level. Him and Kalen Carson can be great depth pieces. And I just pray that Trayvon Diggs is ready to go week 1. I mean, not like Michael Gallup was in 2022 and last season. I'm talking about healed up, ready to go, can make his cuts on his knee, not worried about it. If he is at that point at Cleveland week 1, our defense is going to be something to be reckoned with. I can tell you that, especially if we bring in a Linville Joseph or a Lawrence Guy or any outside body to rotate at defensive tackle. And Mozzie, in year 2, has a chance to prove his worth as a schoonmaker. As does... our rookies last year were so non-impactful. It's kind of hard to remember everybody. Mozzie, schoonmaker, 3rd-round pick. Who the hell we pick? It's not even coming to me. And it's crazy to have a big Rolodex in my head that remembers everything. But if the rookies of last year step it up this season, that would be a plus. And I believe this year's rookie class will be very, very similar to the rookie class 2 years ago. And we'll have 5 rookies that play ball well and have an instant impact on this team. I believe Tyler Guyton will play as good as Tyler Smith did at left tackle his rookie season. I believe Connor Beebe will, compete for Rookie of the Year with his play at center. I believe we'll have the best play at center than we've had since 2017 Travis Frederick. He'll be better than Biadasz ever thought about being in his rookie season, especially being in the middle of two all-pro guards. That makes the job so much easier. And pointing out protections, he is a seasoned quarterback who's gotten very good at pointing out protections. So even though he's never played center, come week one, after a whole training camp and a whole preseason at center, Connor Beebe, with his size, strength, and nastiness, will be ready to roll. And that interior or offensive line, that tush push, we'll be able to finally do it. We couldn't do it with Biadasz, anytime he was one-on-one against a big one tech, he'd get pushed in the deck slap. BB, that would not happen to. Guyton and BB will be instant impact guys. I believe Marshawn Nealand is a second-round pick, will be an instant, you'll feel his presence. He will fill that absence of Dorrance Armstrong in his rookie year. Kalen Carson, our fifth-round corner. I believe sometime this season, when somebody gets banged up, he will get called upon. And he'll come out and he'll show you what he can do, just like Deron Bland did. Looking at his college tape, his skill set and his confidence mimics Deron Bland. And they're both fifth-round picks, day 3 picks, steals. Carson was a steal. And I believe that our last 7th-round pick, the defensive tackle, that one tech, will be a big help in the interior of the defensive line as a rotational piece and be well worth, his 7th-round grade. He might be talked about as one of the biggest steals of the draft, being that he was drafted in the 7th round. We'll have at least 5 guys be impact rookies. And that Notre Dame, that linebacker out of Notre Dame, I always say linebacker out of Notre Dame because I can't pronounce his name. If Damone Clark or Demovian Overshawn is not, impressing, he'll get his shot. And if he gets his shot because somebody's not performing, I believe he'll shine. Mike Zimmer saw something in that guy. He wanted all along, and he got him with pick 87. That guy is cousins with Puka Nacua, star rookie wide receiver of last year for the Rams. So, training camp will tell us a lot. It'll tell us what Trayvon looks like. It'll tell us how the talks with Lamb is going. And we'll get to see what this defense looks like here in a couple weeks in this offense. I mean, our scrimmages against each other should be battles. I mean, our offense against our defense should be battles. In this season, we should be better in the trenches. I mean, our offensive line, basically, overall, I would say, I believe will be a little bit better than last season. Being that Terrence Steele will be 2 years removed from that torn ACL, I believe Terrence Steele, come week 1, will be 100%. Terrence Steele starting week 1 last season was a miracle because he suffered the same injury Lyle Collins suffered late in the season. And Lyle Collins was not even ready to play until the end of the year last year. Terrence Steele was starting week 1. That's why he wasn't, the same guy we were used to seeing. The best run blocker right tackle in the NFL. Terrence Steele should be 100% this season. Connor Beebe, better center than Biadasz. I believe you'll be able to see the difference, no problem. Only downgrade will be at left tackle. But I believe that Tyler Guyton, his physical attributes are freaking nuts. He should be able to hold down left tackle as well as Tyler Smith did in his rookie season. He won't be as good as Tyron Smith, but he'll be adequate. So a downgrade at left tackle, but upgrade at center, an upgrade at right tackle, and an upgrade at left guard. Because in Tyler's second season at left guard, I believe he's going to be a menace. He'll be talked about and maybe is better than Zach Martin. Being that Martin will be 33, Tyler Smith will be 23. This offensive line will be a run first. I mean, they'll be better at run blocking than pass blocking. So if we open the season with Zeke, Rico, and either Deuce or Malik at RB3, I think they'll be just fine. Because if your offensive line run blocks very well and opens holes, Zeke will be the hammer like he was, his whole time here. And Rico Dowdle, don't be surprised if you see him have a 1,000-yard rushing season. In 2022, it worked very well because you have Elliott, the hammer, the banker, that was softening up the defense. And then whenever Pollard got the ball, he had that streak of lightning, and he would be able to get those 10, 20, 30-yard runs, 50-yard runs to the house. I think Rico Dowdle behind Elliott. Let Elliott start the game. Let him get 2-3 yards in the cloud of dust. Let him soften up that defensive line. And then let 23 do what he does. Rico Dowdle's ceiling is pretty damn high when he's healthy. And last season was the first time he got to play all year, because usually he would get hurt in the offseason. And he looked pretty good with a line that was not run blocking very well. And we did not have one banger in the backfield. We had Pollard, scat back, Rico, scat back, Hunter Lipke, call him what you want, but he's no banger, and Deuce Vaughn. I would love for Deuce Vaughn to develop into a Darren Sproles type running back. I don't know. Last season he was less than impressive. But, year 1, year 2 can be a lot of difference. I'm excited to see 87, man, Jake Ferguson. I think this tight end here in a couple years will be regarded as the best tight end in the NFL. Especially after Kelsey and Kittle retire. Jake Ferguson is, y'all have no idea the talent this boy has. And going into year 3, his second year as tight end number 1, he'll be a 1,000-yard receiving tight end who can block very well. And hopefully Schoonmaker, with a second-round grade, damn it, he's picked in the second round, steps up and plays a hella good tight end 2 role. But we have all the weapons and everything in place. Especially if we bring in a defensive tackle, during training camp, and or corner, if Garyon Conley doesn't look good. But we have a great kicker. We have our return man, who's getting better at wide receiver, fastest guy on the team. We have a quarterback entering his 9th season, only 2 playoff wins. Peyton Manning entering his 9th season, only had 3 playoff wins. Not comparing the two, I never am. In my mind, Peyton Manning's the best quarterback to ever play the game. He was just with the Colts, so he has, 1 ring with them. 1 with Denver's defense. He didn't have a Bill Belichick and a defense like Tom Brady had to start his career. Peyton Manning is twice quarterback that will ever be. But Peyton's first 8 years, 3 playoff wins is all he had. Dak has 2. The narrative on Peyton, his first 8 seasons, was during the regular season, he's unstoppable. He lights it up. His stats are off the charts, but he can't get it done in January, let alone February. That's the exact same narrative Prescott has. That's the exact same narrative Drew Brees had until the 2009 season, his 9th season. So, what is it? The 6th today? Camp starts on the 25th, so we're 19 days away. 19 days away until the games begin, and we see what this team starts to look like on the field in pads. And the 3 preseason games will tell a lot. Everybody that jumped in, thank you for joining and watching. Please hit that red sub button. I'm 91 away from 500. I'm at 409. When I hit 500, I will have a Emmitt Smith Rookie of the Year card giveaway. Free. And that card, the more time goes by, the higher in value it will get. The prizes this show will give out will be a lot bigger and better than the other prizes. I mean, Mike Fisher could give out some dope-ass prizes, but he doesn't. Same with Mark Holmes. They give you this little rinky-dink. I think one time it was a bobblehead Mike Fisher was giving away. And then the big thing he was giving away one time. I mean, I love fish. Don't get me wrong. One of the prizes Mike Fisher was giving away was the replica of the 5 Cowboys Super Bowl rings in the that wooden box. I've got that. My wife bought it for me for Christmas 2-3 years ago. Big time prizes are like an Emmitt Smith Rookie of the Year card. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I've got an autographed Larry Allen football. May his soul rest in peace. May he be in heaven. Arguably the best offensive lineman ever played the game. In time, that football will grow in value. And I don't know how we'll do it. It'll be some kind of lottery system. Something like that. But help me get to 500, guys. Help me get to 1,000. Please hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. To close out, keep God first and foremost. He comes before everything, even this. Seek him in his righteousness, and all these other things will be added unto you. I am living testimony of that. I'm going through a valley right now, as I have been since the year started. But I believe by the end of this month, we'll be coming out of that valley and into the sunlight. Chris Gawns, what's going on, my man? Thank you for joining. Watch it after it uploads. I think I made some pretty good points tonight here on the show. I opened up with the stupid idea that Jerry was going to sell the team to some Saudis. And then I talked about the Joneses telling the head coach, whether it's Jason Garrett or Mike McCarthy, who to feed the ball to before a game. As Cole Beasley and Des Bryant has come forward and said out of their mouth that that's, happened before. The talks with CeeDee Lamb, Dak's minor foot sprain, and just our team in general, what it looks like right now, and what we should expect come July 25th in training camp. Going on 48 minutes now, so I'll end it now, man. Thanks for joining, Chris. Help you get to 500, guys. As soon as I hit 500, we'll have a live show. Chris will let me take you something to give away that Rookie of the Year card, Emmitt Smith rookie card, 1990, where he's running away from the Jets. That's the NFL's all-time leading rusher. That record will never be broken. He'll be the NFL's all-time leading rusher until God comes back, until Jesus comes back. So that card will just grow in value. And then when we hit 1,000, then that Larry Allen signed football will be the next giveaway. Chris and I will figure out how to do that. But let me get to 500. Then the show can finally start generating funds. And those funds will go to building the show into a better show. Getting a desktop so I can show film and graphics. Getting a studio equipment like Law Nation has to have sound bites and music clips and all that. And a call-in line. So when I'm at 500 or 1,000 subs and I do live shows, we have like at least 50 people in the chat. The phone lines can open up. Y'all can call in. Law Nation's the only one who does that. I don't understand why everybody don't do that. That's the best idea ever. I mean, everybody loves it. I love to call in on Law's show. He's one that inspired me to do my own thing. So, yes, that money, any money when I hit 500 that people put into this channel, be it Super Chat, Super Thanks, whatever, will go to building the channel. And will go to sending me to Oxnard and this and that. This show, in time, will become one of the top 3 shows you look forward to watching. People look forward to watching Fish at 6, twice a day. People look forward to watching Law when he comes on once a day. And some people, if you like Mark Holmes, look forward to watching him. Or some people prefer Rome over Mark Holmes. I will be in the top 3 or 4. I guarantee you. Or Chat Sports with Tom Down. People like some people, that's his, their favorite show to watch. This show will grow into that stratosphere in time, I guarantee you. It's just a matter of time, and I can't get there without y'all. DC Nation, silver and blue, we all bleed together. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Thanks for joining tonight. Chris said, Charles, is this toughest offseason you've seen with us? Both splash offseason and free agency, the contracts. Dak hurt now being crazy. Chris, I've been saying all along, this offseason is very reminiscent of the 2022 offseason. But except this time, Dak is on the last year of his deal. He was on the second year of his deal, and but that offseason, we lost a ton of starters. Brought in James Washington, Dante Fowler. That was it. But it had a very good draft. And out of our 3 12-5 seasons, that was our best season. We didn't win the division, no. But we won the wild card game at Tampa, routed them, and was that close to leaving the Bay with a win over San Fran. If Tony Pollard doesn't get hurt in that game, we beat the Niners. I'm telling you that. Pollard gets hurt, all we have is Zeke with a partially torn PCL and Lamb, who they could triple cover because you had Gallup on one leg. And Dalton Schultz as you start tight end. We have Ferguson now, who is twice the tight end Dalton Schultz will ever be. Yes, this season, Chris, it seems like it's a tough off season because we haven't made a lot of moves. But we will be ready week 1. And like I keep saying, the first game of the season at Cleveland, being that it's an away game, we have 8 away games and 9 home games. Last 17 home games with 16-1. Only losing that last one. 8 away games. Open the season on the road at Cleveland. That game cannot be any bigger than any other game this season, because if we beat Cleveland at Cleveland, which will be a tough game to playoff team from last season, hella good defense. They have a run game. They have Amari Cooper. This and that. We go to Cleveland and get a W week 1. Then the rest of the season, we have 9 home games and only 7 away games. And 2 of those away games are Washington and the Giants. No, actually, 3 of them, Washington, the Giants, and Carolina. So if we beat Cleveland in week 1, if we pull that off in a defensive battle, I don't care if it's 6-3 or if it's 5-2, some dumbass score like that where there's no offense, all defense. If we leave that stadium with a win, then we have 9 home games the rest of the season and 7 away games, 3 of which are Washington, Giants, and Panthers. And those are easy away games. So that only leaves 4 tough away games, which would be Pittsburgh, San Fran, and the 2 others down the street, Philly, and 1 other. But yeah, I think we are as primed and ready. And this season, being that it's Mike McCarthy's last year on his deal, I believe if before the game Jerry Jones tells him to feed so-and-so the ball, he's going to say, fuck that. He's going to do it how he's going to do it. He's going to go out how he wants to go out and coach the team how he wants to coach the team, because he's got nothing to lose now. It's the last year of his contract. And that's when coaches can coach their best. That's what made Bill Parcells so great, was his last season, his last year on his contract with the Giants. He was on the hot seat, going to get fired. And if you watch the 1986 America's Game show, whatever, Bill Parcells said, if I was going to get fired, I was going to get fired and go out doing it my way. And I believe that's what Mike McCarthy is going to do this season. Do it his way. Do it the way he did early in Green Bay. If he does that, then we should be in very good hands. Ignore what Jerry says. Let him talk to the cameras all he wants to. Mike, coach a team. Dak, go out there. break that narrative that you can't beat good teams on the road, you can't beat above 500 teams, and you can't win in January. And this season could be a very, very special season. That's it for this episode, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report. I will see y'all soon. Hopefully we make a big move, not a UFL move, like an actual signing, like a Linville Joseph or a Lawrence guy or Calais Campbell or Stephon Gilmore, something like that. Hopefully, boom, and then we can talk about that. But have a good weekend. Have a good Sunday. Go to church tomorrow. It's good for you. And stay safe, guys. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Please subscribe, like, and share. I cannot reiterate that enough. 91 more subscribers. A free 1990 Rookie of the Year Emmitt Smith card giveaway. Other than that, I've got nothing else to say. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Chris. You're the man. You're my moderator. Stay cool, man. Enjoy your Sunday. Charles in Charge is Audi 500.